There we are. Greetings, humans. Greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here, 29-year veteran of the woods, and today, holy cow, it is storming up a storm out there. So Bear is here in the cave, trying to keep dry and a little bit safe as well. Got a little bit of a thunderstorm going on. So if you hear some stuff in the background, kaboom, kaboom. No, Bear isn't being shot at. It's probably just some thunder out there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Great to see P-Money here. He says, ooh, I'm not certain I'll make this one. Oh my goodness, well, for crying out loud. P-Money, this show is going to be for you, but, well, we'll just broom everything and, go to something else. Go somewhere else. Anyways, great to have everyone else out there. Let's go ahead and just jump right on into it, people. We're going to talk about crazy Brie Larson here in just a second. Some Flash update news here in just a moment. Some other stuff. Hollywood, much like Brie Larson, is broken. Yes, indeed, people. Yes, indeed. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and jump into some great campaign updates. We got some good comics out there, including from your boy Zach. Yes, indeed. He says the Dale Keown cover reveal. He says, hi, everyone. Hiya, boy. I'm very excited to share with you the final cover for the main cover of the soft cover edition of First Kill. That's a long sentence. By living legend. That'd be Dale Keown out here. Let's take a look at this. Take a look. That is the black and white. We saw that the other day. Probably maybe about a month ago or so. And then here's the color. So he actually colored it himself. So, it looks pretty good. Looks really, really good there. Probably would have wanted maybe a little bit more red in there just to kind of contrast with the... There's a lot of green going on. A lot of green, and the only blue that you see in there is maybe in the background and his little signature over there. So maybe some more blood on the knife or something like that. Some spots there on his arm could be. He's got that giant vein, maybe artery, I'm not sure. I don't know, it looks a little unnatural there, but there you go. It looks like some good stuff from old Dale Keown out there. Bear does not want to get into all of the drama and the situation behind the Dale Keown stuff out there. Pitt apparently, on again, off again. On again, maybe, I don't know, Bear doesn't have time to listen to it. 2-hour live stream to figure out what's going on with Pitt, so, anybody has any ideas in the chat, just go ahead and leave them there. We'll figure it out together out there. So there you go, some great stuff from Dale Keown. Which, by the way, by here, let me see if I can find it. 1 second here, people. Go back. There he is. There. Oh, looking really good. $21,000 for First Kill out there. Bear, hopefully here in the next couple weeks here, mark it on can't mark it on your calendar just yet. Bear doesn't know when he's going to do it, but hopefully, we've been doing kind of the Rambo watch. We're going to just go ahead and call it the series now, the Rambo watch-along series. We did Rambo First Blood not that long ago. Probably back in December. Yeah, it was Christmas. Bear did it for a Christmas movie. Rambo number 2, maybe a couple months back, and now we're gonna get into Rambo 3, hopefully here in the next couple weeks. So Bear needs to get everything kind of situated and organized and everything. But we'll go ahead and do that here in a couple weeks. But anyways. Rambo First Kill, go check it out. Indiegogo, it's in the description somewhere. With all the other stuff that's being banned out there. No, I shouldn't say shadow banned out there. So, anyways, there it is. First Kill, a graphic novel. Doing great out there. Probably should update the page there with the new. Let me find it here with the new cover. So there you go. Looks pretty good. Pretty good. Dale Keown, literally doing all of the comics, in and out. All of the covers, I should say. All the covers in and out of Comicsgate. So there you go. Looking pretty good, DL. Looking pretty good out there. Yes, indeed. All right, moving along because we actually have from the Ghosts. Sing it away. That would be the ghost. The ghost of Matekumbe. If Bear can get off of it. The ghost of Matekumbe, people. Yes, indeed. But first, let me see. He's got a... Graham Nolan has a thank you. A thank you. Hello. This is for his other book here. This would be for... This is part one. Part one of Joe Frankenstein. Actually, if you haven't checked out, hopefully you have. Bear just did a box open on a live show. Let's see, was that last week? I think that was last week, and we finally got around to putting up the box open. So if you want to just check out the regular video, let me see if I can find it here. I will put it into the chat. For you people. Oh, I didn't save it. Oh, for crying out loud. Anywho, go check it out. On your leisure out there. On your leisure. Anyways, he says, thank you. Thank you, Franken fans. Thanks to all of you that backed this wonderful project. We closed out on Friday night with 1,605 backers. Congratulations. Julie is finishing up the fulfillment on part one. He is gathering files and prepping part two for Page Nation. Page Nation. That would be a good title for a show one of these days. Page Nation. To be able to send it to the printer. If you missed out on part one, it will go up on the Compass Comics website sometime in the next week. It says, all the best. That would be from Graham. Yes, indeed. And also from Graham, the Ghost of Matekumbe. He says, hello, Ghoul Gang. The update of week 27. I just finished page 35, and a couple more colored pages came in from Greg. Now that the two Joe Frankenstein campaigns are over, I'm looking forward to digging into the swamp. He's actually got... Let me find it here. And he says, hey, look! Aaron Lopresti makes his debut in the story. That does look like Aaron. That looks a lot. Let me see if we can make this a little bit bigger here. Hold on just a second. We gotta do a close-up of Aaron here. Yelling. Angry at something. That is a spot-on likeness of Aaron Lopresti up there. Bringing in the dollars. Bringing in the... Is that a $10? Is it? It's just a stack of $10. Oh, for crying out loud. Aaron Lopresti is being paid off by like 60 or 80 bucks. Like, okay. Here's what we gotta do to get to the Ghost of Matekumbe key. Here's $50. No, I couldn't hand you a $50 bill. It's gonna be a stack of $10. There you go. I think is it a $10? It's gotta be $100. It's gotta be $100. It sure does look like $10 though. Sure does. But you know what else it looks like? Aaron Lopresti. There he is. Yelling. That also should be a thumbnail for a future Bear episode here. Aaron just going rah rah. Oh, good. P Money is here, but not sure how long he'll be. Oh well, same with Bear. We've got thunderstorm warnings, probably tornado warnings, all that sort of good stuff when you live in Florida. So Bear will see how long he stays on here. Anyways, great to see P Money here. Hopefully you can stick around for a little bit here. All right, where the hell? Getting all turned around here. Turned around because Bear actually had from Uncle Ethan out here, if I can find it. That's a great shot of Aaron, by the way. Great shot of Aaron. From Uncle E. Salamandroid's death sting has a date with destiny. Hey, Cyberfrog of Wrecked Planet backers. Hello. There you go. There is the... I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of maybe the green, almost puke green color there on the cover there, but okay. Maybe they might change it here. Salamandroid's death sting will be in our warehouses on July 17th. There you go. Glow in the dark. He's finally got a hard date. In the meanwhile, he'll be shipping out every Wrecked Planet order we can get. Great book. If you haven't gotten it, hopefully you've got it on order. Really great book out there. So that once the books arrive, we can all wrap up. We can wrap up all Wrecked Planet orders from both campaigns within 2 weeks. He says the honeycomb boxes are going out for. That's a good thing. I know a number of people on the chat, on his chat in there, little getting a little aggravated there. You know, hey, where the hell is my honeycomb? I paid X amount for it. Where the hell is my honeycomb box? That's kind of one of those issues out there where you, ironically enough, you spend more money, but you get it later than everybody else. The Kelsey, Shannon, and Roquefort variants of Death Stings are also available as add-ons for a limited time to the Dark Harvest campaign. So there you go. Go check that out. Much love. Thanks for the patience. That'd be from the Pie Man out there. Yes, indeed. So that looks pretty good. Actually, do I have that? Does Bear have it? Come on, Bear. There we go. There we go. I don't know if that's any better, but there we go. Let me see if I can get that a little bit bigger. There you go. There's your Salamandroid. Three-part cover there. Let me see. Hold on just 1 second. Sorry, P-Money. There you go. There you are. Looks pretty good. I believe, let's see, what does it say? It says front, the back, over there to the left, and gate. I suppose inside, the inside part of it. So pretty cool. A 3-page spread. And he is spread out there, too, for sure. Holy cow. Holy cow. Holy cow. Let's see. Where the heck am I? 1 second here, people. I'll do the thing with the thing. When is EVS going to include a cyber bear? That is a very good question. Very good question. Bear deserves his 10% if that happens. All right. Is this it? There we go. There we go. Actually, he had a. I remember the. What was it? It was the first book, one of the ash cans. I forget the name of the character, but there was an evil bear in that one, and I think there was an evil bear in the second ash cans as well. So, hey, you know, bears as foils, I suppose. So there you go. I suppose so. Imagine if instead of the cybernetic thing going to a frog, it actually goes to a bear. That would have been interesting. Those bees wouldn't have had a chance. Wouldn't have had a chance at all. From Gary Shipman out there. In fact, Bear's got the link down there in the description. I believe it's Rhoda Shipman's website there. So, unfortunately, Gary got kicked off of YouTube again for whatever reason. So go check him out there. Commemorating 25 years of Paakins Land, we're offering issues 1 through 5 in color with new covers. So there you go. There's some. And he's on Indiegogo. Thank you, Gary. Thank you. $5 will get you a digital comic. $10 will give you a physical. $30 gets you a hand-drawn sketch. Holy cow. Plus it's signed. Look at that. That's probably worth it right there. Probably worth it right there. $40. I'll get you 1 through 5 and them signed. 65 gets you the omnibus. Holy cow. 150 gets you the limited omnibus hardcover, which is like 835 pages. It's huge. If you need a couch, if you got one of those legs that's missing on there and you need something to put in, Paakins Land omnibus fits right on in there. Oh, $300 get some original art, and $500. I tell you, that's actually a pretty good deal. Get the cover art for number 4. Number 4 out there. No bears in that cover, though. No bears. Gosh darn it. Are there any in the other ones? He's fighting a raccoon. Hey, you always gotta fight some raccoons sometimes. I don't know. P-Money says instead of evil hornets, Cyber Bear fights evil salmon. Yeah, and then afterwards you get to eat them. Delicious. Are they hornets or are they bees? I thought they were bees. Bear could be wrong in there. Anyways, there you go, Indiegogo. I forgot to copy the link. Beer will try and do that after the show here, but hopefully they're not shadow banning poor Gary here. But there you go. There you are, people. All right, let me get back to it because we actually have very, very important news. Probably one of the funniest stories Bear's seen all year. Hold on just 1 second, people. Excuse me. Yeah, got hair in Bear's mouth here. How did that get in there? Ah, terrible. Terrible, I say. Terrible. Anywho, Brie Larson out there. Brie Larson is broken, people. I'm sorry to say it, but she is. She definitely is. That, according to good folks out here bounding into comics, John F. Trent, with one of the greatest headlines all year long here, people. Samuel L. Jackson says that the election of El Trumpo broke. It broke the Marvel actress, Brie Larson. Actor Samuel L. Jackson, who reprises his role as Nick Fury in the upcoming Disney Minus series Secret Invasion, which Bear heard is, par for the course with Disney Plus out there. Probably pretty terrible. Recently revealed that the election of President Donald Trump broke the Marvel actress Brie Larson. How old is Samuel L. Jackson these days? Holy cow, man. Looks like he could be washing the windows on a New York street. Speaking with Rolling Stones, Marlo, that's a real name? Marlo Stern? I don't think that's real. We'll go with it. Jackson was asked, you're going to be in the Marvels with Brie Larson. And you two are good pals. She's got so much hate for playing Captain Marvel from She got so much hate. She has received so much hate. She got so much hate. Yo, come on, man. Come on, yo. She got so much hate for playing Captain Marvel on the most sexist side of the Marvel fan base. What was it like to see her go through that, he asks. More importantly, P. Money asks, says, Captain Marvel, the character, so bad, they needed to include 2 other Marvels to make a movie. Yes, indeed. What you needed one for the butt, and one that could, actually act. There you go. You have the can I say the butt ends? The 2 ends there. That would work. First, Jackson relayed how the 2 actors bonded. He says, Brie is a stronger person than people give her credit for. We've done Kong together. Kong? Is it Kong or Kang? I forget. Which was not the most wonderful experience for either of us. We became great friends during that particular experience because we were having such a hard time making a movie called Kong. Man, I'm getting paid millions of dollars to make a movie called Kong. It's awful. It's like breaking rocks. Without a hammer, just with your hands. You're like, hi-ya, crack. Then she was doing her movie, The Unicorn Store, and trying to get a particular actor. I was in the makeup trailer with her. Wait a minute, Bear needs to do this as Samuel Jackson. Hold on. Let's try this out. Bear has to do the shouty Samuel L. Jackson here. Then, when she was doing her movie, Unicorn Store, and trying to get a particular actor, Mother Truckers, I was in the makeup trailer with her, and she was like, why are you trying to have this actor not trying to get me in the movie? She said, I didn't think you would ever do it, so I will. He was like, Mother Trucker, let's do it. I think that was pretty close. And then there you go. That's what he get out of all his troubles. Wearing a pink suit. And a tiara? Is he literally wearing a tiara there? Hold on. What the hell's going on with that hair, man? What the hell is going on with that hair? Even Bree's like, what the hell's going on with his hair? What the hell's going on with his hair? P. Money said he watched the new Secret Invasion today. Honestly, I'm intrigued to see where it's going. Probably right into the gutter. One would imagine. Jackson then detailed how they continued to bond when the election of El Trumpo broke her. He relayed. Then, Mother Truckers, we bonded through the election while we were going to do her movie when Donald Trump won. Mother Trucker, she was broken. And I was like, don't let her break you, Mother Trucker. You have to be strong now. Then, when she got Captain Marvel, she called me and was like, he want me in the Marvel. Should I do it? And I was like, hell yeah, Mother Trucker. Let's do it. But she's not going to let any of that stuff destroy her, Mother Truckers. Wait. Come on, man. We will go Jackson then derided Larson's critics. Those incel dudes who hate strong women, mother truckers, or the fact that she's a feminist who has an opinion, and they expressed it. Everyone wants people to be who they want them to be, mother truckers. She is who she is. And she's genuinely that. What the hell does that even mean? By the way, sir, if I may, if Mrs. Larson out there is such a strong woman, and Bear has no reason to doubt that, why does she need a man to say that you couldn't break him? You have to be strong. And why does she go crying on a man's shoulder, anyways? And let the man take care of all that stuff. Madam, I thought you were a strong woman. Are they kissing? What the hell's going on here? Mother truckers, what's that? Wait, don't be kissing me. I'm Samuel Jackson. Mother truckers. I obviously can't say what he normally says, but you get the idea. Larson became infamous following her Crystal Awards acceptance speech, where she derided white male film critics. She said during the speech, "I don't need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what did work for him about wrinkle in time." What the hell's a wrinkle in time? I don't know. Was that the Ava DuVernay movie? Was that the one? I don't know. Was she even in that? I have no clue. Whatever. It wasn't made for him. I want to know what that film meant to women of color, to biracial women, to teen women of color, to teens that are biracial, to women, biracial, colored teens of women. And for the third time, I don't hate white dudes, she said. These are just facts. Pardon me, Bear has to continue here. These are not my feelings, Larson went on to advocate for inclusion writers in film contracts. What? Huh? Okay. Yay. That's what we're fighting for. Inclusion writers. Yeah. You know when they make the statue of Brie Larson, hopefully with a little bit more rounded of a butt there, but when they make the statue of Brie Larson, Brie Larson, a strong female, brought us inclusion writers. There you go. Leading up to and following the release of Captain Marvel, Larson pushed her brand of intersectional feminism while promoting the film. She told in style, the movie was the biggest and best opportunity I could have ever asked for. It was like my superpower. Like, yeah. This could be my form of activism, doing a film that can play all over the world and be in more places than I can be physically. That's how film works. You're not literally there on stage, Brie. You take a kind of like you take a photograph on your phone. You take the photograph on your phone, then you look up the photograph like a day or two. You're not there at the beach anymore. You've taken that photograph, so come on, man. That activism included the promotion of inclusion writers, of course. Why not? Which mandates racial and gender quotas for actors and production staff. By the way, oh gosh, I didn't have it. For crying out loud. Did I not have it? Let me go. No. For crying out loud, I didn't have it. The diversity and inclusion czar at Disney has either left to spend more time with her family or was S-canned and escorted out by security. Depends on who you want to believe there. So, way to go, Brie. Way to go, great job. So, gosh, I wish I had that story. She was the one that did all the secret gay agenda stuff and all that other stuff, basically ratting out people inside Disney. If you weren't down with the DIE stuff, then you were going to be gone, much like she is now. So there you go. I wish I'll try and include that the next time, but the beer forgot to do it this time. Blah 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 blah. This just goes on and on and on, people. On and on. Anyway, she was part of the whole Time's Up stuff, which went belly up. Went belly up. They had the I believe she was one of the main, like, I forget if she was the CEO or one of the head people there at Time's Up. Not Brie Larson, somebody else. It was a lady that worked for the Andrew Cuomo governor's office there when he was being caught in his own Me Too scandal there. So there you go. There you go. Brie Larson is a treasure, says P Money. So bury her and dig her up in 200 years. 200 years. There you go. And Fast X, totally bombed as well. Not sure if she had anything to do with that or not, but probably didn't help. Probably didn't help. What the hell's going on here? That self-satisfying, smug look on your face. What's going on here? E-love. What the hell? What's going on over? Pardon me, people. Beer's on a sidetrack here. What the hell's going on here with all this stuff? Is that supposed to be her on the horse? What is that a Q, maybe? I don't even know what that is. E, heart, Q, I don't know. Whatever the heck, man. Anyways, what do you make of Jackson admitting the election of Donald Trump broke Brie Larson? Par for the course out there. That is a face of a broken person. Broken person out there. Never recovered at all. Poor girl. Anywho, moving on from box office failures to more box office failures. I tell you what, people. Sometimes Bear gets a little ahead of the curve. It's kind of interesting watching this weekend. All of the other YouTube channels start talking about the Flash, and it's like, yeah, we've been talking about that all weekend. Yeah, once again, Yellow Flash again. It's like, come on, man. At least give Bear some credit here, for crying out loud. Anywho, we won't be dwelling on that too much. Anyways, like a monkey on crack out there, hitting the refresh pretty much all weekend into Monday and a little bit into Tuesday. A deadline. A lot of the places they didn't have. Oh gosh, I don't have the one that we had the last time there, but we were showing a deadline article the last time. Basically, Warner Brothers had it initially coming out I think it was between like 110 to 130 million dollars. That's what they originally had them coming out for, the Flash. They ended up revising it down halfway, so 75 million. They were saying, okay, 75 million, somewhere along there. Really disappointed when it came in at supposedly at 60 million estimates. That's what Bear was reading on Saturday. Went back on Sunday and they revised it down even further. 55. It's still the here's why everything's going belly up. But they stealthily edited it from 60 million to 55 million. So they've been radio silent here for the past couple days. So this was actually the very first deadline article that actually talked about the Flash and some of the box office returns there. So this is kind of a little bit of an exercise in how to read some of these trade articles and kind of knowing when they're blowing smoke up your backside there. Says the Flash, despite no pizzazz will remain in charge of the weekend. Well, hey, that is a headline right there. All you do, you read the headline. Wow, Flash, it's not doing great, but hey, it remains in charge of the weekend. Well, that's because No Hard Feelings and Asteroid City are its only competition. So a Jennifer Lawrence film who she hasn't been in anything for 5 years decides to come out and make a really bad comedy. Bear's seen the script, not very good. Was it Wes Anderson? Wes Anderson that's doing Asteroid City. Very kind of quirky director out there. One very independent movie, one sort of comedy, low-budgeted comedy, probably $40-50 million, somewhere right around there. That's your only competition for the Flash. So they're saying, oh, it's going to remain in charge all weekend long. Yay! They don't really say the Flash completely tripped over its sneakers and fell on his face. Wait, The Flash didn't have the greatest opening ever, SP Money. He is shocked. Shocked, he says. Shocked. Warner Brothers picked The Flash, despite tumbling down with a $55 million start, will remain atop the box office with a $16 to $24.7 million second weekend take. Again, a lot of times it's between 50 and 60% if the movie's kind of bad. They're saying 55 to 70%. So if your movie was on track to make $175 million, okay, people go see it. They saw it the first time. It's not bad, good film or whatever. So it might drop off 50%. So that's what, $75 million. They thought the second weekend was what they were gonna originally make the first weekend when they revised everything down. Then they revised it down to 60 million. Now it's down to 55 million. So the second weekend it's gonna make, they hope and pray, 25 million, but maybe 16 million. And this, I forgot to say, Anthony D'Alessandro over at Deadline thinks that's just great. That is abysmal. Even if you take their word, 55 million, let's just say 25 million, it's $80 million. $80 million in 2 weekends. Your film cost of above $300 million. Not only is it tumbling, it's tumbling down the stairs and it broke its neck. There you go. Second weekend take as the marketplace largely takes a breath, sans tentpoles before the Disney Lucasfilm Indiana Jones falls flat on its face as well for the Independence Day stretch. And again, the $55 million was for 4 days. 4 days. We'll get into that in just a second. But Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They don't normally count Mondays, but oh boy, wow, it was Juneteenth, which is supposed to be a federal holiday, but not everybody got it off. But they're counting it anyways just because they needed that extra day. It goes on, it says, I had a lot of deja vu for Warner Brothers when it comes to The Flash. I remember Ryan Reynolds, the Green Lantern, back in 2011? No. That was also an attempt to start a DC franchise off of a deep universe character. I might get a little bit of feedback here, especially from Uncle Lee. I probably would say The Flash is maybe a second tier. You'd have Superman, Batman, maybe Wonder Woman, top tier. The Flash, Aquaman, maybe second tier. You maybe could say Green Lantern is second tier, maybe. I wouldn't call either of them deep universe, though. Correct Bear if he's wrong up there. P-Money says he is very curious to know if Indiana Jones has a big opening weekend, but then see if it has a massive drop of the next weekend. Probably. Probably. Let me go to live chat here, just in case I'm missing anything. Here we go. Oh, I need to do it here as well. Hold on 1 second, people. Do the thing with the thing. I gotta interact with this. Do that. There we go. Cool. Oh, gosh. Stupid block. Gosh darn it. Anywho. I don't know if it's going to do a great opening weekend, Indiana Jones, in the first place. There's a lot of negative reviews out there. We'll see. Well, probably people like, okay, what are we gonna do on July 4th? It's raining or something like that. Hey, let's go check out Indiana Jones. But yeah, probably that first weekend might do all right. Second weekend, not so much. Let's see, they go on, they says, there's nothing wrong with that, but lessons weren't learned here by Warner's, as it spent $200 million to make Green Lantern. Alright, watch what the right hand is doing and then the left hand. And $200 million to make The Flash, a price tag deemed too high by sources to start a potential franchise. $200 million to make Green Lantern doesn't equal $200 million to make The Flash. They're not doing inflation. They're not accounting for inflation. So what they want to do here is say, oh look, the Green Lantern cost $200 million, and The Flash, we're reporting, even though it probably cost a lot more, cost $200 million. So they're the same. They're the same, people. No, they're not. Studio accounting practices, which are pretty shady, indicate it's better to spend on sequels, not first installments. You probably count The Flash as a sequel. I mean, he was in Justice League, so you can count it as a sequel. And if you're going to do that, you got to cast up like Dune with marquee names that will fill. See, are you saying, sir, during Pride Month, that old weirdo freaking, what's his name, Ezra Miller, is not a marquee name? Sir? Sir, during Pride Month. Green Lantern dropped 66% in weekend 2, with 18 million with the Ryan Reynolds lead pick bombing and finally at $116 million statewide. We can see a similar path here for Flash. Yeah, except the $116.5 million in 2011 isn't the same thing as $116.5 million in 2023. Thank you, Brandon. The Flash did a terrible, god-awful $5.2 million on Tuesday. Negative 14% for the Juneteenth holiday Monday takeoff of $6.1 million. Still not very good. Remember, it's discount pricing at most theaters on Thursday. Gosh darn it, let me grab a drink. So they're trying to, oh, well, they were discounted. They were discounted on Tuesday. A brand new film is discounted, really. Are you sure, sir? Maybe the matinee shows, but not the evening shows, for crying out loud. Hence the good hold, they say. Remember this, okay? $5.2 million. It's a good hold. Oh, it's doing great. Running 5-day total is $66.4 million, 5% ahead of Green Lantern at the same point of time, but it's not the same comparison there. Crying out loud. Let's see, Sony is hoping to bring back comedies to the screen after they've been swallowed up by streaming during the pandemic. With the R-rated Gene Spolensky directed No Hard Feelings starring Jennifer Lawrence, which is not a very good film. Bears read the screenplay. Yada yada. So that is their big. That's their big big movie that's going up against the Flash. Like, oh, No Hard Feelings. Oh my goodness. Asteroid City, yada, yada, yada. Here we go. Holdovers will continue to fill the gaps on the charts with Sony Animation Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Weekend 4, doing pretty well. And weekend 2 of Disney Pixar's disastrous Elemental, doing around an estimated $16 million apiece. Here we go. Elemental made $4.9 million on Tuesday, taking its 5-day to $39.8 million. The Tunes, $29.6 million open, repped an all-time near worst start for a Pixar movie. Even lower than 1998. They gotta go back to 1998, A Bug's Life. Okay, so Elemental made $4.9 million on Tuesday. It's terrible. It's awful. Worst thing. You know, they're just disastrous. Elemental. $4.9 million. Let's go back up here. The Flash did $5.2 million on Tuesday, and it's doing great. It's a good hold, people. At $5.2 million, it's a good hold. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. $5 million for the Flash. What was it? 4.9. So we're difference of $300,000. Difference of $300,000 between the two. That's what? 8? Let's just call it 10, maybe, fully packed movie studios or movie theaters. That's the difference. That's the difference between the two. So deadline here is, The Flash is doing great. $5.2 million. Where was it? Pardon me here, people. Anyways, the other one, there we go, $4.9 million, and it's awful. It's only a difference of $300,000. So this is why they're so disingenuous. This is why people do not trust people in Hollywood. Deadline, they're supposed to be reporting this stuff. They're supposed to be reporters out there. They're supposed to say, okay, this is what it made. This is where it compares with. So let's go with it here. The Tunes, $29.6 million. Worst all time for Pixar movies with The Bug's Life at $33.2 million. and that was in 1998. And then they're all going back to Toy Story back in 1995 with $29 million. Not adjusted for inflation, so they haven't done any of that stuff. So they're trying to compare the stuff when it's not comparable, and then they're trying to say how great everything is when it's not. Not at all, people. Spider-Verse now at $290 million will cross $300 million by Friday. Can it overtake Disney Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3? Probably. As the highest grossing movie of the summer? No, it's not. What the hell? No, it is not. Once again, these people are complete liars. Guardians of the Galaxy is not the highest grossing movie of the summer at $346.4 million. Bear, luckily, I don't know if Amy's watching or listening out there. Forgot to have it the last time. She was asking about Super Mario. Let's take a look at Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario Brothers. Let's see. All releases. Domestic, $572 million. International, $758 million. For a total of $1 billion, $333 million. So actually, hold on, let me go back. So what was it? $1,330,000,000, and they're saying, "Oh, look, Guardians of the Galaxy at $346 million is doing great." No, not even close. It's not even. It's just slightly higher than the extra comma over here on the worldwide release. The only thing maybe they're talking about is this was released in April. So maybe it might not be considered a summer film there, but once again, a little bit of distraction, a little bit of chicanery out there, chicanery from Deadline. As we told you over the weekend, despite the fallout of The Flash and Elemental, the domestic box office is extremely healthy. No, it is not, given all the product on marquees. Yeah, just because they're spending money and putting ads into Deadline doesn't mean that it's doing great. People are going to the movies. No, they're not. The 4-day holiday, just this last weekend, they didn't go to The Flash, did they? No. The 4-day holiday weekend finaled at 194.6 per ComScore rather. Now, here they go. Plus 17 from the Juneteenth holiday a year ago, when everybody was still locked up in their home in most states. The total domestic box office for January through June 19th totaled $4.1 billion. That's 22% from a year ago. Oh, wow, it's doing great. Oh, the box office is doing terrific. No, it's not. This year's box office is down 20% from 2019. So they're trying to take it from a year ago, which was less than the kind of, if you can kind of call it normal situation out there. 2019, let's compare it to 2023. It's down 20%. So when they say, "Oh, look, it's up from a year ago," well, it's still down 20%. You might have came up a couple percentage, but it's not 22% from 2019. So there you go. Once again, Deadline completely lying to you from the headline to the last sentence. Everything in between there. Obfuscation. Oh, look, we're putting out numbers here. We're a legitimate press office out here at Deadline. Look, these are great numbers. No, they're not. Not at all. Not at all. And then they try to play. I mean, they're trying to do, let's go back to 2011 with what was that? The Green Lantern. Or, what was it? 1998 with A Bug's Life. We got to go back nearly 30 years. Nearly 30 years ago, to compare some stuff for their terrible Pixar movie out there. So, there you go. If Ezra Miller and Brie Larson did a movie together, which one would tank it more? If Ezra Miller and Brie Larson did a movie together, okay, which actor or actress would tank it more? Ooh, that's a good question. Ezra Miller. I'm going to say Ezra Miller. He doesn't have the female draw, much less the male draw. So Brie Larson, I mean, look, I mean, she's still attractive. She's still an attractive actress. If she wasn't so stuck up about things, she could probably turn things around. Not being a witch out there. So she still has draw out there. She's a good actress. It's just her. Donald Trump broke her. Let's just say it. Donald Trump broke poor Brie Larson out there, and she's never been the same ever since. Never been the same ever since. So there you go. There you go. What can you say? Yeah, I would say Brie Larson a little bit more of a draw than Ezra Miller. I mean, Ezra Miller can't even go onto the red carpet anymore. He shows up the one time, says hello, and then they wheel him away like Hannibal Lecter. P. says, I'll have to remember that if a movie makes $300,000 more than if a movie makes $300,000 more than that movie, it is a major success. There you go. There you go. Yes, again, they're just trying to hide that stuff. Oh, look. Again, just how they do that sort of stuff. It's, there we go. $4.9 million on Tuesday. Worst start for a Pixar movie ever. Even worse than The Bug's Life 30 years ago, not including inflation. And then up here, The Flash did for $5.2 million on Tuesday. It's a good hold. Oh, it's doing great. Oh, glory days are upon us again. Not really. $5.2 million for a $300 million film plus, in its first week. That's terrible. That is god awful. God awful. People need to. If it was in Japan, if the Super Mario Brothers did numbers like that, they would be committing seppuku. Right there. Who is this? Sony? Is it Sony? Universal. They would be committing seppuku there at the Universal Pictures office. Nobody would be standing for that. Ah, God, I didn't mean to click on that. There we go. So, anywho, what a bunch of freaking liars here. Even though they say, oh look, here's our numbers. We've got numbers, people. They lie about the numbers might be correct, but they just spin it. I thought that was funny. Beer did the article on Saturday. It was at $60 million. It was in the headline here. It was in the $60 million. And it goes back to it, like a couple hours later, maybe the next day, and it was $55 million. They kept revising it down. Oh, it's funny. It was funny. And then they went on a radio silence. Radio silence. Oh, we can't say anything. Quick, we need to figure out a cover story here. Oh, The Flash is doing great. Compared to that stinker frickin' Elementals. Holy cow, look at that thing. Anywho, that is our Flash news, people. Flash news. Well, for a little bit of a lighter story out here, it's comicbook.com and Making Pictures. A global drug ring accused of using Pokemon to traffic cocaine. Cocaine. I knew I could tie it back in with Samuel L. Jackson there. Mother truckers, they putting cocaine into Pokemon. Is everywhere you look these days, Pokemon is. From television to gaming to toy stores, the franchise is everywhere. You can even find Pokemon in the most unconventional of places, as even criminals have started co-opting the brand. And as a recent drug bust showed how the family-friendly IP is being used in the drug trade. The report comes from ABC6, as the authorities in Massachusetts recently caught on to a global drug ring. According to the Bristol County District Attorney's Office, investigators learned that cocaine was being shipped into the United States with Pokemon as a cover. The drugs were being stuffed into Pokemon art cases, and authorities say that the drugs were being sent stateside from Puerto Rico. As the report says, local authorities in New Bedford worked with the USPS to figure out the Pokemon mystery. An officer went undercover, and delivered one of the case's suspicious packages. When a man came to get the packages, he was eventually pulled over and detained alongside his passenger. That man was Hunter Biden. Dun 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 dun. Off with a slap on the wrist. From there, authorities had their suspicions confirmed when they got a warrant to open the package. The box contained sealed art cases with drugs. More than 4 pounds of cocaine were discovered in the cases, and this evidence gave police enough merit to charge the suspects with trafficking drugs. At this time, no word is available on whether suspects have pled guilty or not. Yeah, I'm sure this is, yeah, we're guilty. Yeah, just take us right to the slammer. I'm sure that's what it was. Cocaine and Pokemon. Cocaine and Pokemon. There we go. Great to have Grant here. There we go. Good to have him here. You will have to go back and rewatch the entire thing. And give Bear not 1 but 2 thumbs up, sir. Yes, indeed. Great to have Grant here. Yes, indeed. Let's see, a flurry. Not a furry. A flurry. This is from Just the News. A flurry of black bear sightings across the U.S. linked to season and post-pandemic migration. More black bear sightings in urban areas could be caused by housing developments. No, you don't say. You don't say. Well, you can do push-ups if you want, Grant. That is up to you, sir. Black bears are showing up recently in places you may not expect. Just the News and Keen Grier. From North Carolina's Outer Banks to the Washington D.C. area. Actually, bear was just out there in North Carolina at Bear Island. Bear Island. One of the most recent sightings occurred Tuesday morning when residents found a black bear sitting in a tree in a suburban Washington, D.C. The bear is still on the loose and following. The sighting following one. Sighting. I was like, what the hell? Sighting, yes. Following one June 9th, right at the nation's capital. He wasn't inside, was he? He's not gonna be held in like solitary confinement for like 3 years, is he? Oh, for crying out loud. He just went onto Nancy Pelosi's desk and just put his bear legs up there. I tell you, had the Viking hat on, all that stuff. Residents saw a bear climbing in the trees and roaming city streets. Oh my God! This isn't the first one, and it probably won't be the last, said Chris Schindler, Vice President of Field Services at the Humane Rescue Alliance. Well, that's an oxymoron right there. We're always prepared for something a little bit unusual. The bear was eventually captured by authorities and released in a rural area of Maryland. He'll just find his way back. Wildlife Education Organization Bearwise said the uptick in bear sightings during the early summer is attributable to a few factors, including males traveling in search of mates, hey now, and juvenile male bears wandering off their homes for a new place to live after hibernating during the winter. America's moving into newly built exurbs often once the forested home of some bears. That's bears' problem right now. Is another factor. You don't say. I mean, it's not like bears are moving into like apartment complexes or anything, for crying out loud. Ooh, hey, actually, that might not be a bad idea. If bear could get a good rent on apartment somewhere, might be good. To be sure, migration patterns in this country have long brought people face to face with wild animals, from the days of early settlers and pioneers. Still, Bearwise acknowledges the exodus from cities to more rural areas during the Wu flu pandemic. Thank you, China. Thank you, Eco Health Alliance. Could have accelerated the recent series of black bear encounters. In Tennessee, where black bear spottings are more frequent, officials say the population dropped after European settlement. Gee, I wonder what happened. I wonder what could have happened to cause the bear population to drop. Huh. Wonder what it could be. Man, I'm just scratching my head here. But as the result of conservation and management efforts, black bears are making a dramatic comeback. That's right. In recent incidents, the Arlington Public School District and the Boston suburbs had to delay the start of school Monday 1 hour. Monday. Start school Monday 1 hour Monday. Repeating ourselves here. After a black bear was spotted in the area. Another bear was seen a day earlier in a nearby neighborhood. Oh my god! Oh no! Quick, lock up the kids! Again, for another year. One was recently spotted in Missouri, another was seen June 8th on North Carolina's Outer Banks, a series of barrier islands. Bear was. Listen, hey, you know, I thought it was a nude beach. I mean, for crying out loud, I've got hair. It covers all the sensitive areas there. To be sure, the region is one of the most remote in the recent sightings, and many black bears live in its Alligator River, according to the Virginia Pilot newspaper. Still, the sight of one swimming through the water by a local causeway was a shock to one resident. I couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. It's a bear. It's swimming in the river. Most people don't know that bears can swim. Even black bears. Even black bears can swim. That's true. It's true, people. Shocking news. Shocking news, people. You move into a forested area, you clear cut the forested area, put up a bunch of, cookie cutter homes, and you're shocked. Shocked to find bears going through your garbage. Amazing. It's never been happened before. Never. Great to see Amy. Great to see Amy. And Melissa as well. Great to see both of them here. You, much like Grant, have to go all the way back to the very beginning, watch the entire thing, and hit that thumbs up multiple times. Yes, indeed. Evidently, Bear was just down the road from me. Bear Island is close to where watch out, Grant. Watch out. Good place. Bear Island. Apartments for bears. That's true. That's true. Actually, I would say salmon for bears, but either or. Either or. River bears. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. River bears. Yes, indeed. Bears do swim. It's true. And people, they eat. They eat quite a lot. From the New York Post. Massive bear breaks into Colorado home. Devours pork chops. Pork chops. A bear that let itself into Colorado home on Wednesday was looking for more than just porridge, all for crying out loud. The daring bear grabbed a quick meal before it was caught in Steamboat Springs, trying to escape from a second-floor window. Actually, I've got the pictures. We've got the pictures, people. There's the lovely home. Lovely home there. Let's see, a neighbor, Heidi Hanna, a great name, caught the intruder on video and called police for help when she realized the home's residents were not there. The large bear, made several attempts to drop to the ground, but it was apparently too high up. What? No way. Oh, there he is. Look at there. It swung itself back into the bedroom where an officer who responded to the call had opened the door, rather. The beast went back downstairs. The beast? How dare you, sir? Went back downstairs, slipped through the first floor window it originally entered through, then disappeared into the woods. No. The homeowner, Ryan McFarlane, was at work, when he learned if the bear was in his home. He told Fox 31 News. He got his nails in there and just ripped that window right open and got inside and helped himself to my pork chops. I had out for dinner that night, got some snacks out of the pantry, and knocked over the plants. Nothing too crazy, he said. Luckily, there was not much damage. Grateful that he was respectful house guest, says McFarland. So there you go, people. We could have apartments for bears. You gotta stock them with pork chops, but there you go. There you go. Just hanging out, trying to eat some pork chops. Trying to eat some delicious pork chops. Have you ever tried porridge? Asked Amy. It was good, very good. It was a little hot. We had to wait a little bit. Then he waited a little too long, and then it was cold. It needs to be right there, right in that middle spot where it's nice and warm. I tell you, hard out here for a beer. Hard out here for a beer. Grant says, we'll make houseplant obstacle course for you to practice. Those houseplants are no match for beer. Not at all. Not at all. Well, from one food group to another, people, beer knows his audience. Beer knows his audience. Also from the New York Post, by way of the Associated Press, U.S. approves nation's first lab-grown meat. Not pork chops, but it's chicken made from animal cells. We actually had a story about this a while back. For the first time, U.S. regulators on Wednesday approved the sale of chicken made from animal cells, allowing two California companies to offer, quote, lab-grown, meat to the nation's restaurant tables and eventually supermarket shelves. The Agriculture Department gave the green light to Upside Foods and Good Meat, as opposed to bad meat. Firms that have been racing to be the first in the U.S. to sell meat that doesn't come from slaughtered animals. It's now being referred to as quote-unquote cell-cultivated or cultured meat as it emerges from the laboratory and arrives on dinner plates. Grant says, I'll pass on the fake meat and the bugs. They'll make artificial bugs here shortly. Where was I? Whoops, gosh darn it. Come on, man. The move launches a new era of meat production aimed at eliminating harm to animals and drastically reducing the environmental impacts of grazing. A growing feed for animals. Hey, now, listen. Hey, we don't come to your house and look in your toilets. Animal waste, for crying out loud. Instead, all of that land and all of that water that's used to feed all of these animals that are slaughtered, we can do it in a different way. Yes, turn all of that back to forest land. So beer's got some place to go, people. It says Josh Tarek, a co-founder and chief executive of Eat Just, instead of Just Eat, which operates good meat instead of bad meat. That's it. That's your chicken right there. Stupid Boca. For crying out loud. Boca. I tell you. Anyways, there it is. There is your artificially made meat. The companies received approval for federal inspections required to sell meat and poultry in the U.S. Well, it's not meat. The action came months after the FDA deemed that products from both companies are safe to quote-unquote eat. A manufacturing company called Join Biologics, which works with Good Meat, was also cleared to make the products. You know, when you want to get a nice juicy piece of chicken out there, best place to go is to a manufacturing company. Cultivated meat is grown in steel tanks using cells that come from living animals, a fertilized egg, or a special bank of stored cells. In Upside's case, it comes from large sheets that are then formed into shapes like chicken cutlets and sausages. A Good Meat, which already sells cultivated meat in Singapore, the first country to allow it, turns masses of chicken cells into cutlets, nuggets, and shredded meat and satay, whatever. It kind of jumps over the whole turns masses of chicken cells through the process of cancer. That's how they turn massive amounts of cells to grow. It's cancer. It doesn't give you cancer, possibly. It's just the same process that the cancer process comes from. There you go. But don't look for this novel meat in the grocery stores anytime soon. Thank God. Cultivated chicken is much more expensive than meat from whole farm birds and cannot yet be produced on the scale of traditional meat. Says some vegetarian at Berkeley. The company plans to serve the new food first in exclusive restaurants. Upside is partnered with a San Francisco restaurant called Bar Crin. Is there anybody still in San Francisco? While Good Meat dishes will be served at a Washington, D.C. restaurant run by chef and owner Jose Andres. Company officials are quick to note that the products are meat. Listen, people, these products are meat. Come on, man. Not substitutes like the Impossible Burger or offerings from Beyond Meat, which are made from plant proteins and other ingredients. He just had his first chicken sandwich and was so happy about it. He says, manufactured chicken. That's great. Amy says, lab meat, yum. Might be good for space travel in some sort of sci-fi reality. Nah, just bring along the cows, you'll be fine. Can you grow the chicken in a dino shape? I don't know if you can grow it in the shape, but you can probably cut it in the shape. There you go. Yeah, out of control cell growth. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they had a big PR stink about that. It was like, it comes from the process made to do cancer. It's like, oh no, it doesn't give you cancer. We promise. We promise. We're going to sell you this overpriced meat, but it doesn't give you cancer. We promise. There you go. Grant says, isn't chicken already in dino shape? You can just skip the middleman and just grow an actual chicken. There you go. There you go. Cancer chicken, that would be hard to market. That would be hard to market. Globally, there are more than 150 companies focused on meat from cells. Not only chicken, but pork, lamb, fish, and beef. Which scientists say has the biggest impact on the environment. Upside, based in Berkeley, operates a 70,000 square foot building in nearby Emeryville. Why not just call it Emeryville? Why are you calling it Berkeley? Crying out loud. On a recent Tuesday, visitors entered a gleaming commercial kitchen where chef Jess Weaver was sauteing a cultivated chicken fillet in white wine butter sauce with tomatoes, capers, and green onions. By the way, that goes with the other one there. Like, okay, you get all these fancy chefs, Beer was watching, what was that? The Chop Show the other day, where they go in, they have all the chefs, and it's like, oh, your food's terrible, you're chopped, and you get out of there. Well, they like have the basket, and they're trying to figure out, okay, what to do with Rocky Mountain oysters, or something like that. It's one of the things that they have the chefs there for is to take something that might not be particularly appetizing or looking good, and oh, look how we transformed it into something delicious out there. I kind of figure the same way here. It's like, okay, how do we make this lab-grown chicken into something that somewhat looks edible? Oh, I know, put grill marks on it. Put some, like, cauliflower near it or something like that. Basically, just covering it up. Like, what were they covering it up with? Capers and tomatoes. No. You taste the tomatoes and the capers, the green onions. You're not tasting quote-unquote chicken out there. Ay. That's why they're doing it with chefs. They're not putting it in the grocery store. People are like, God, this looks horrible. The finished chicken breast product. I love how it is called product. The chicken breast product. Was slightly paler than the grocery store version. Otherwise, it looked, cooked, smelled, and tasted like any other pan-fried poultry. The most common response that we get is, oh my God, I've got cancer. And then, oh, it tastes just like chicken. Well, so does alligator and snake. Cry out loud. Actually, alligator tastes like alligator. A Good Meat, based in Alameda, operates a 100,000 square foot plant. Where Chef Zachary Tyndall dished up a smoked chicken salad on a Sunday afternoon. There he is, right there. Smoking a chicken, for a salad. There we go. There we are. Make sure you got that. Make sure you got that hairnet over your bun and your beard, you weirdo from Berkeley. Crying out loud. He followed it with a chicken quote-unquote thigh served on a bed of potato puree with a mushroom vegetable demi-glaze with tiny purple cauliflower Tourette's. Florets, not Tourette's. Bear might have Tourette's here, but not the cauliflower. The Good Meat chicken product will come pre-cooked. What are they cooking it for? Why does it have grill marks on it? Look, it's got grill. It's already come pre-cooked. Oh, for crying out loud. Requiring only heat to use in a range of dishes. Chan acknowledged that many customers are skeptical, even squeamish, what? No way, about the thought of eating chicken grown from cells. We call it the ick factor. I call it the puke factor. The sentiment was echoed in a recent poll conducted by the Associated Press. Blah, blah, blah. Half of the U.S. adults said that they are unlikely to try meat grown from cells, using cells from animals. When asked to choose from a list of their reluctance, most who said they would be unlikely to try it said, it just sounds weird, and it's gross, and God, we are only like 2 steps away from Soylent Green. But once people understand how the meat is made, they're even more averse to it. They're more accepting, Chan says. And once they taste it, they're usually sold as chattel into the Soylent Green market. It's the meat you've always known and loved. No, it's not. Why are they putting it on a grill? It's already pre-cooked. Look, it's so tiny. It's tiny. It's like, it's tiny. Yes, dinosaur chicken, says Amy. Let's see, like the shows, there's been a while. Seeing one, though. Oh, okay. Amy says, this makes me think of those hot dog jello molds. Well, actually, it's still meat, though. Supposedly. It's probably edible, says Amy. Question mark? Question mark? Why is he putting it on the grill when it's already pre-cooked? I don't know. Corn-shaped cornbread molds used to be pretty common. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, for the hot dogs. There we go. Okay. Took me a second here. Let's see. Good meats products are created from a master cell bank formed from a commercially available chicken cell line. Once the cell lines are selected, they're combined with a broth-like mixture that includes the amino acids, fatty acids, sugar, salts, vitamins, and other elements cells need to grow. Inside the tank called cultivators, the cells grow, proliferating quickly. Sounds fantastic. And upside, muscle and connective tissue grows together, forming large sheets. About 3 weeks, the sheet of poultry cells are removed from the tanks and formed into cutlets. Sausages and other foods. Good meat cells grow into large masses, which are shaped into a range of, quote, meat products. Both firms emphasize that the initial production will be limited. The Emeryville can produce about 50,000 pounds of cultivated meat per year. That doesn't sound like a whole lot. Though the goal is to expand to 400,000 pounds per year. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. By comparison, the U.S. produces about 50 billion pounds of chicken per year. That's a lot of chicken. Holy cow. Holy cow. It could take a few years before consumers see the products in more restaurants, and 7 to 10 years rather before they hit the wider market. Cost could be another sticking point. Neither Upside nor good meat officials will reveal the price of a single chicken cutlet, saying that it's only been reduced by orders of magnitude since the firms began offering demonstrations. Let me go ahead and drink. Let's see. Eventually, the price is expected to mirror high-end organic chicken, which sells for up to $20. Who the hell is paying $20 per pound for chicken? What the hell? And that's eventually. That's like it'll eventually be maybe $20 a pound if we do everything right. Now, in 10 years, we might be able to get the cost to $20 per pound. Yay! So I guess it's a positive that only millionaires and billionaires are going to be able to afford the quote-unquote organic chicken, processed organic chicken there. San Martin says he's convinced that that cultivated meat, may wind up being an alternative to traditional meat. For rich people, I knew it. But will do little for the environment if it remains, please, dear God, remain a niche product. If some high-end or affluent people want to eat this instead of a chicken, it's good. It's quote good. He said, will that mean you will feed chicken to poor people? Honestly, I don't see it. You mean chicken product or actual chicken? I think poor people will still eat the chicken. I don't think they'll go to the lab to pay $20 per pound for your freaking Franken meat. Crying out loud. That's why they're doing it at the high-end restaurants. They probably charging like $100 a bowl for your manufactured meat there with more toppings than actual meat. Like here's your, that's not even a pound. You know, it's probably like $100 for that little, probably $100 for that bowl right there. There you go. Let's see. Amy asks, so he thinks poor people shouldn't be allowed to eat. I think this sentence is really poorly worded. I'll read it again just in case. If some high-end or affluent people want to eat this, the product, instead of a chicken, it's good, he says. Will that mean you will feed a chicken to poor people? Honestly, I don't see it. I think he's talking about the Franken chicken here. I don't think. I think there was something missing in between there. Chicken is one of the most worldwide, in any poor country you'll see, they've got chicken. Any poor person you're out there, you're gonna probably see chicken before you see beef. So, no, I think people are gonna still have their chickens, and it'll be the hoi polloi that'll say, listen, I paid $100 for this bowl of fake chicken. Aren't I? You know, they'll be doing the Instagram stuff. And, oh, look, he's an influencer. I'm gonna go eat fake chicken now because, you know, whoever, Kim Kardashian ate it. Yay! Like, who cares? Who cares? So, anyways, they came up with technology to feed very wealthy people very small amounts of a chicken grown in a lab. I'm sure that was worth it. So, I guess for all the vegans out there, you can say, oh no, it's meat, but it wasn't. There wasn't any animals killed in here, so you're a good. Is it vegan or vegetarian? You're a good vegan by having this meat grown in a lab. So I think that's what they're talking about. Let's see. Let me go back. Let's see. Grant says corn shaped. Oh, I already read that. They're making cornbread but shaped like corn on the cob. I think I've seen that. Amy says, I've heard salmon is so efficient at growing that it converts its feed into meat nearly 1-to-1. So just eat salmon. That's Bear's response. That is Bear's response. The rich can eat the spooky chicken. Yes, indeed. And the people from Antifa can go eat the rich people. There you go. Why not clone exotic meat? Asked Amy. Oh, like Jurassic Park. Oh, there you go. You get the DNA. You get the DNA from the mosquito. Man, oh man, you can have brontosaurus burgers. Oh man, we are onto something here. Forget the chicken. I mean, chicken's just a small version of a dinosaur. Ooh, T-Rex. T-Rex burger. The burger that bites you back. There you go. Oh man, what are these idiots doing growing chicken? We need to grow dinosaurs. In a lab, just the meat. I mean, we're not gonna repeat the whole, nature finds a way, and the dinosaur escapes, and T-Rex swims. Was it San Diego in that second movie? They swam to frickin' San Diego and knocked down the 76 side and rampaged through San Diego. We're just gonna grow the meat. Gosh darn it! We're not gonna grow the entire dinosaur. Just the meat. Talk about a circle. There. Man, oh man, we were talking about dinosaurs being chicken continent dinosaurs. Let's just cut out that middleman and just go straight to the dinosaurs. There you go. Actual dino nuggets. Thank you, Amy. There we go. That is our good idea for today. Yes, indeed. Oh, by the way, Amy, I'm sorry. The last time she was asking Bear. I'm gonna circle back around here. Amy was asking Bear how good the Super Mario Brother was doing last time. So Bear didn't have it Didn't have it on hand there. Probably was, you know, number 6 or 7 on the, I think they only did like the top 5 or something like that. So Super Mario is probably number 6 at the time. Let's see, how long has that been out? Since April 5th. So what? Almost 3 months. Almost 3 months there. Anyways, domestic. It made 572 million. International, 758. With a worldwide gross of $1 billion. 330,919,706 dollars. $706. There you go. So there you are. Box office. Let me see if this will go into the chat. Yes, Beer finally found it. There you go. Check that out if you so desire. So there you go. Looks like they say domestic. I'm not sure if that's domestic like U.S. or domestic Canada, U.S. and maybe Mexico. Let me see. Croatia, Kenya. Man, oh man. Let's see. No, it didn't count Mexico. Canada isn't in Latin America, so it must just be U.S. and Canada then. So might be a little higher than the domestic U.S. total, but there you go. There you go. Let's see. Japan, look at there. Japan did really well. $88 million gross in Japan. Released on the 28th, so it was a little afterwards. Almost a month afterwards. Let's see. Bangladesh. Let's see. Opening day, it made $657. So I'm sure all 12 of those people enjoyed their film in Bangladesh for a total of $8,631. Which is probably still more than The Flash is going to make next weekend. So thank you, Bangladesh. $657. All one theater open there in Bangladesh. Even Sri Lanka just trounces Bangladesh there. There you go. Sorry, a beer is getting distracted here. There you are. Oh, sure thing, Amy. Sure thing. Not a problem. Beer just didn't have it right on hand. It's like, very important question, and Beer doesn't have that in. I knew it was $1 billion. I just didn't know how much there. So there you go. Box Office Mojo, IMDb Pro. There you go. Good job, Bangladesh. I was like, okay, how many? I think that would be the lowest amount there. Let's just have fun and find out. Yep, that's the lowest. It even opened in China. Look at there. 28 million. Not doing very good in China, but the rest of the world is doing okay, including Japan. So there you go. There you go, people. Now you know. Now you know Hollywood is broke. And so is poor old Brie Larson. Poor old Brie Larson out there. Yes, indeed. Well, I guess P-Money had to head out. So I think we'll go ahead wrap things up here. You know, we were talking a little bit about chicken. Making Beer a little hungry here. So anyways, want to thank good old P-Money. Kept Beer Company here for a little while, of course. Grant as well. Amy and Melissa, we do appreciate you. And all of our Russian bots. And of course the lurkers as well. Appreciate all of you. All of you out there. But you know what? All of this talk about lab-grown chicken is making Bear hungry? I don't know. No, I'll just go dig through the garbage can. Just through the garbage can. So he's gonna head out to the garbage can. So until next time, people, grrr.